But
child.
do you have any memories of your father struggling in England?
Of course. Bend It Like Beckham
Yeah.
is my mum and dad. That's my mum and dad in that film. And my dad struggled a lot when he came to Britain. He was a Sardar, you know, it was very hard to get work as a Sardar. He had to cut his hair, you know. And throughout his life, he did, you know, struggle. And that's the story I put in Bend It Like Beckham, you know. The thing now for me is we have a third generation, you know, my children, you know, and this film for me, I made for them as a way of empowering not only them, but also their English white friends who don't understand race and culture in the same way as when I was growing up, you know. It's different now, things are different. And a lot of kids of my son's age group don't see race and don't see color in the same way, you know, and I think that's a very interesting new way. Of course, there are still racists and there are still people who are, you know, politically motivated to pick on immigrants, I think. But I think for kids of my children's age and their friends, they see race totally differently.
How did you think of Kunal Nayyar as your Scrooge?
So I thought he was kind of a good age. I'd met him a couple of times. I thought he was a slightly melancholy figure when I met him, and I just saw Scrooge in him. I just was like, God, he really looks like the character to me. I don't know, I could just see it. And he himself said, no, I'm too young.
Yeah, I mean,
he said, I'm too young, I can't do it, no. And then I had to persuade him. And then when I started talking to him, I think the actor in him started getting really excited about it. And then, my God, he did so much work, so much research, so much history. And the journey of working with him as an actor was phenomenal, because most people know him from Big Bang Theory. And that's a very different character that he's playing here. You will forget Big Bang Theory when you watch this. And you see this consummate performance and very nuanced performance, you know, and he makes you angry and he makes you laugh and then he makes you cry. You know, it's very moving.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the ghosts.
Yes.
There's Eva Longoria.
Yes.
And there's Billy Potter.
Yes.
And there's Hugh Bonneville.
Hugh Bonneville, yes. And Boy George.
And Boy George, yeah. But how did you want them to look? Because they all look unrecognizable except maybe Billy Potter.
Yeah.
But especially Hugh Bonneville, I couldn't recognize him at all.
Really? Well, I think that was the reason Hugh wanted to do the film, was because he wanted to play a character that looked very different.
Because you worked together.
Yes, on Viceroy's House. He played Mountbatten. But he's also the Lord in Downton Abbey, you know. So I think he liked the idea of doing something totally crazy and different with me. And that was very kind of him. He came and supported me. And Eva, I was having lunch with Eva and she said, I want to work with you. What are you working on? And I told her, I'm doing Charles Dickens and, you know, a ghost story. And she said, hello, I'm Mexican. We own ghosts. We have a festival, Day of the Dead, you know. And when she started talking, I realized she's absolutely right. Why can't the ghosts be Mexican? You know, they do have the Day of the Dead. So her outfit and everything is from the Mexican celebration of ghosts and Day of the Dead. So I thought that was a very cool way to go with that ghost. No one else would have thought of that.
But did you write it as a female character?
Yes, she was written as female. Okay. Yes.
Okay. It's also... when I was reading up, I realized it's 10 years of Mistress of Spices. 20 years, sorry.
20, I was going to say, not 10.
20 years of Mistress of Spices.
Yes.
Do you have any memories of making that movie, working with Aishwarya Rai?
Definitely.
You'd already worked.
We'd already worked, yeah. What was beautiful about that film was shooting in Kerala, in Thekudi. Oh so my God. What a location, my God. This was one of the most beautiful places in the world, is Kerala. We had a lot of fun, and we also worked with Zora Segel as well, which was amazing. You know, I think working with Aishwarya on 2 films was wonderful because she was very different in both of them, you know. And I, you know, I think that, you know, she's, we had a great time. And in Bride and Prejudice, we were in so many countries together for so long. And she knows Bollywood. Obviously, I was trying to do a Bollywood fusion film. And so it was great that she encompassed that role so well in terms of, you know, the singing and dancing, but at the same time, emoting in English, you know, as for her first time. That was something she hadn't done, so that was really good. The film is super popular abroad. My God.
And the songs are.
The songs are. Every wedding I go to, they sing that Bale Bale song. Every wedding I go to. And then in America, a lot of young girls watch the movie at sleepovers, where they've all learnt the songs and the dances when they do pajama parties and that. Because I've met young girls who've told me this, that they've been to the pajama party for Bride and Prejudice. So it's amazing how that film has travelled.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that song, because at all these weddings, either we go from Karan Johar songs to either yours or the one from Mira Nair's Monsoon Wedding.
Yeah.
Like there's no middle path. I mean, it's interesting.
Punjabis! We know how to party.
and how to do weddings.
Yes, yes.
Speaking of Mira, I want to know, since you mentioned that you're from, that you were born in Kenya, and she now lives in Uganda. It's a very interesting parallel. But have you ever bonded on that aspect?
So Mira, myself, and Deepa Nair, we did not Deepa Nair, Deepa Mehta, sorry. I'll say it again. So last year, myself, Mira Nair and Deepa Mehta, we 3 did a salon together for the Asia Society of New York. It's on YouTube. It's very interesting. What's interesting about it is both Mira and Deepa are Delhiites. That's it. They're from Delhi. They can live anywhere in the world. Obviously, Deepa's in Canada and Mira's in New York and Uganda. But their perceptions come from that. Then when I start talking, I sound very British. And my sensibility is completely sort of NRI, if you like, you know. So that was very interesting. But I think that, you know, it's wonderful how Mira is so comfortable whether she's in New York or Delhi or Uganda, you know. And I'm very proud to see her son doing so well as well, who's like a complete New Yorker and is hopefully, you know, going to become mayor of New York. We never saw that coming, so that's having a strong mum, I think, was certainly an influence on him.